Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Throwing Partners. I'm Brian Caprino. I'm joined always by my throwing partner, Chris Collins. Chris, how are you doing today?
I am doing very well. As I apologize if I'm sounding echoey. I'm in my kitchen. One, because I've got a roommate that's not feeling well, so I want to kind of move away so my voice is not heard, so they can get some rest and everything like that. But also, you could see I have Subway coupons, so I might go get a $5 footlong or maybe I don't know, whatever coupons they got there. So,
or we might be transitioning to a cooking podcast.
Why?
You're in the kitchen, so
true. I mean, I just cooked stuffed chicken last night with smoked Gouda in it, and it was delicious.
Gouda.
With it was so good.
Gouda. Very Gouda. All right. Well, that's some Gouda talker. Check out our next episode, all about cheese podcast.
No, that will never happen. I will say this: if I love cheese, but it's so bad for you sometimes, and I don't want people to get constipated because of our show.
Yeah, it's bad for me all the time. My body doesn't process dairy like it used to.
And that's a fun fact about Brian today.
The more you know.
He can't digest cheese.
Yeah. So, it's just tough after I eat it. So
okay.
all right. Let's go into this. Is a special episode for our pod. It is episode 10. We have done 10 Throwing Partners episodes in 1 month. Wow, that's actually pretty big. We've been throwing out a lot of content at you guys. So thank you for listening.
I would say this episode, I mean, we could call it the decade episode because it's episode 10, but we could say it's the decade episode minus 12 times 10 is 120, so minus 119 months.
Okay, let's
that
do
works,
that.
Right?
There we go.
I mean, that's pretty legit. So if you can call it anything, call it the decade minus 119 months, and you're down to 1 month. So
yeah, math is hard.
Math is hard. Math is really hard.
But let's start off with we're gonna do something special. We don't have a lot of sports news today. It's been a pretty slow week. I mean, there are a few.
It hasn't been slow, folks. It has not been slow, but we are saving it for the next episode so we can talk all about it all at once. So.
Sure. Okay. Not a slow week. Just this is a special episode. Next episode, we're gonna dive right into what this week gave us, and it was pretty awesome. So, with that though, let's get into the 2 trivia questions I have for you.
Okay.
Only I know the answers to these. We did throw out a little thing on Instagram regarding sending in questions. We didn't get much feedback on that. Only one, but we'll get to that later. But the first question I got for you, Chris, is submitted by my dad. So he told me to ask you this. Here we go.
All right.
What 2 former MLB players with over 700 career homers played for the same team at different times?
I mean, I'm just going to say Hank Aaron's going to probably be in there. So I'm thinking of Hank Aaron's teams, which is just the Braves.
Okay.
So who else has 700 home runs and played for the Braves? Yeah, Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron.
You're correct.
Yeah,
Hank Aaron.
I forgot Babe Ruth played for the Braves at the end of his career where he retired.
His last team with the Boston Braves.
Yeah, that's right.
Hank Aaron recently passed away. Beat him out while he was on the Braves. A total of 755 career home runs. There's only 3 players in all baseball to ever hit over 700 homers, which leads us into our next question. Barry Bonds, who sits alone at the top, asterisk, scandal noted, steroids. He sits alone at the top with 762 homers. But how many times did he lead the league in homers in his career?
He was in the era of home run like kings, like Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. These are hard. Well, I mean, the last one I think was easier than this one, but oh gosh, I'm gonna just go 1 season. That's what my gut says.
You were so close.
Was it none?
Twice.
My god. I feel like he was more consistent than like Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were. Of course, he did it for so long, but it's just like I knew it wasn't like every single year he was in it because there were so many just, I wouldn't say steroid users, but like just power hitters.
Yeah, a lot of power hitters. He only did it twice, 93 and 2001. So
Really?
yeah,
He did it towards the end of
surprisingly.
his career too. So that's cool.
Yeah. Kind of, it was strange when I looked that up on Baseball Reference. I was like, oh, these are only 2 seasons are bold in regards to homers. Crazy. One of those seasons, though, he did hit 73. So
Good for him.
2001. Yeah, good for the juice.
Mhm.
But since we're doing a little things different today, we decided to go ahead and do a top 10s list in
The top
celebration of our
decades
10th
list.
episode. Our top decades.
Minus 119 months.
Even though we've only seen, 3 decades. So
Are we doing the list now or are we doing the story?
oh, the story. Thank you. All right. So our friend Nick slid into our DMs and he wanted me to get your take on a trade that happened with the Yankees.
Yep.
We're not talking Yankees now. We're talking Yankees in the 70s. And
uh-oh, you're getting a little choppy there, sir. You were a little choppy on that last one.
It didn't happen between. Okay. It didn't happen between two separate teams. It happened between two teammates on the Yankees. So we got. It's really funny. They traded wives and families. So kids swap, wives swap. It was pitchers Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich in the 70s. It was a weird time. They might have been
there.
They might have been coked up. We don't know. But they were like, you know what? Let's make things interesting. Let's trade lives. So what's your take on this? Who won this trade, Chris?
There is a winner out of this trade because if you read the article, there's a definite winner out of this. But to go back a little bit, they didn't necessarily wife swap. Okay, they wanted to go on record, and they did in this article. They said we life swapped, not wife swapped. So it was consensual. It was what they wanted. No cheating or anything like that happened. But I still don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But for one of the families it was, their marriage is still going. The other one is divorced and separated and everything like that. So there's a definite winner. I forget who is still married and who's not, but I think it's so interesting. Like just to like, if you were not one of those two guys, right? And you're in the clubhouse, like you're a player on the roster, and all of a sudden you start seeing like clues or hints that this is happening and stuff like that. Like, what do you do? Like, what's your reaction? And I can honestly tell you this would be mine. I'm sitting at my locker and I would just be like, it's the 70s. And that would be it.
Yeah. I think my reaction would be, you did what? Oh, okay. And then think, I asked him to trade me like a different equipment piece last week and he didn't want to. But he wants to trade wives. What the heck?
Or like you want to swap spots in the lineup. Or the pitching rotation. I don't know.
Right? Swap spots. Oh.
Next thing you know, my wife was gone.
She was with him and I had his wife. Whoa.
It was like midnight on a Sunday and she just came to my door. She's like, hey, I'm moving in. I'm like, what?
We're going to be paying rent. Yeah, weird story. If you get a chance, it's intriguing. Look it up online. It's so weird.
It's so interesting because you won't ever see that again in that way. Because, like I said, it was consensual.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the 2020s. It's weird. You might see some weird stuff now.
True. No, very true. I won't disagree with that. But like something like that in the sports world, probably not.
Yeah. So we're going to dive into our top 10s list right now. So these kind of are sports related and surprisingly, some aren't sports related.
What?
So yeah, we're going to get into this. It's really fun. I thought of these topics. So let's get started. Our first one, we're going to do top 10 Pixar movies.
Okay.
And this might be
people are going to hate us, I think.
Yeah, an argument amongst just like, no, how could you rank
Maybe we'll get more messages. We'll get more messages.
We'll be an all Pixar pod.
Exactly. I mean, who doesn't have their own list of Pixar movies? And then there's always the answer of, don't do that to me. It's too difficult to choose one. So
yeah, it's tough.
Telling you folks, it's not impossible because we're about to prove it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to start number 10. For me on my list, number 10 is A Bug's Life.
I don't even have Bug's Life in my top 10. I'm not a big fan of it.
It's the most forgettable Pixar movie.
It definitely is. I mean, they got rid of it at Disneyland and here in Anaheim. So mine is Cars.
Cars. Okay.
Cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Cars, I think it hit at a different time in my life.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. 9 for me, fairly new, came out this past year. Onward.
I wanted to put that in there, but then I thought there are many more Pixar movies I like better than that.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I had a top 11, it would be at 11.
Yeah. Okay. It's an honorable mention for you.
It definitely is. My 9 is Toy Story 3 because I cried at the end of that movie.
That's low on the list though for Toy Story 3.
I know, because you can't beat the original one.
No.
You can't.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that one later on both of our lists. Number 8 for me is Monsters University.
Very underrated movie.
Oh, so underrated.
Very underrated movie. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, it's one of the best sequels you could watch of any movie. Mine is Inside Out.
It's a prequel, really.
Or a prequel, sorry, yeah, because before. But mine is Inside Out.
I
liked how the imagination that went with that.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It really makes you think about your feelings and pretty much just you're
in your feelings.
State.
You're in your feelings.
I remember I saw that 3 times in theaters.
It was good.
Our friend Nick, who sent us that Yankees trade, saw it 5 or 6 times. He'll have to remind us how many times he watched it, but I remember he watched it a lot. So it leads me to number 7 is Inside Out for me.
I've got Good Dinosaur. A lot of people have not seen this movie, and including yourself. I know you haven't seen it. You need to watch it.
It's the only one I haven't seen.
The beginning will make you cry. It really will.
Okay.
But I don't think a lot of people have seen it, and it's such a good movie. It's such a good movie, and it's not very complex. It's very just straightforward and everything like that. But it's very good.
Okay, I'll give it a watch. I'll put it on my watch list on Disney Plus.
It's definitely worth it.
I'll give it a watch. Number 6 for me is Finding Nemo.
I have WALL-E at 6. WALL-E. It's just a good movie. Once we're in the top 6, it's just you have nothing else to say. It's just a good movie.
Yeah, WALL-E, the WALL-E for me is number 5. It's such a beautifully made movie. I don't know. It's just there's not a lot of talking in it, but just the message it sends and just the characters it introduces to you, you can't help but fall in love with this robot that picks up trash.
He cares about his planet.
Yeah.
So our 6 and 5 swapped. I have Finding Nemo at 5.
Okay. We're really close on these lists. I like that. Yeah. All right. For me is what I know is your favorite is Monsters, Inc.
It's the best movie ever.
It made my top 5, but it's number 4 for me.
I've got Up at 4. I love Russ and here's Snipe.
Kevin's a girl.
Kevin's a girl.
I think Doug's my favorite out of Up.
Oh, Doug! I could smell you.
Hey, it's just funny. It's a well done movie. I like it, but I think it just got really overhyped for me.
Oh, so it's not even in your top 10?
It's not. It's an honorable mention.
What?
But it's not in my top 10.
Wow.
My next 3 are going to be very surprising for some people who know me.
Okay.
But if you're looking on YouTube, you can just kind of see it right here over my shoulder. But let's go into your number 3, Chris.
I got Monsters University. So I have the prequel. At 3.
Prequel. I got a sequel. I have Toy Story 2 at number 3.
Oh, I didn't put that in there because that was the worst of the 3.
With the 4.
Or 4. Actually, no, it's the second worst of the 4.
4 is ranked a 4th for me.
4 is not even regardlessly close for me.
It was good. I liked it, but I've actually only seen it one time.
I'm gonna honestly say I did not like Toy Story 4. I was really upset by it.
Yeah, I know. You and your mom both didn't like it.
It was
because
bad.
Like Toy Story 4 was just.
My mom wanted to go. Like when I went to go visit her, she was like, "We gotta go see Toy Story 4. It's like your childhood, and then you grew up, and I watched you grow up with this." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." Super disappointed. Except for Forky. Forky makes that movie 10 times better, especially when that whatever the marionette doll. Oh my god, that is terrifying.
That is terrifying. It has some moments like the plush rush and stuff with Key and Peele.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Number two for me.
Two.
Number 2 for me is Toy Story 3.
That's I can agree with that. For me, it's the first Toy Story.
Oh,
the first Toy Story. I love the first Toy Story. Nothing is like for like even the number 1 and number 2 for me are like identical, and I had to pick one. So
okay. Toy Story, man, that movie's so perfect, which is why it's my number 1.
Toy Story is number 1.
Toy Story is number 1 for me. It meant so much to me growing up. As you can tell here, I got Buzz and Alien and the Toy Story just thing. My room was the clouds, like Andy's room. Like, it just holds a special place in my heart, and I love it. And it's a perfect movie.
Did you write Andy what about you, Chris? on your shoes?
No, Brian. But I have one extra letter, so it never fit.
Oh no, I can't get the N in there.
Who's Bria?
Who's Bria?
I'm Brian.
Number 1 for me is Monsters Inc. I love the idea of it. I love like just the characters in it. I mean, a lot of people like Monsters Inc., but not like I like Monsters Inc. Yeah. I could watch it over and over.
It's so good, and that was a big one for you growing up. You loved that movie, and it's like my Toy Story. Like for me, Toy Story's mine, and then like Monsters Inc.'s like you, like because you like Mike Sully, like everything.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I was fan. Honestly, I wasn't afraid of the closet. I actually wanted monsters to come out of my closet so I could see them.
You're like, if they do stand-up comedy, I'm all in.
And then like at the end of the scene, if Randall comes out, another gator.
Mom, get the gator.
Get the gator.
That movie is so clever. Like it's really good. That's why it's in my top 5. But I know it's your number 1.
I think that was a good list. That was a good list.
That was a good list. We're gonna stay on the movie topic. The next one's gonna be sports related.
Okay.
So it's our top 10 favorite sports movies.
Gotcha. Hang on, I gotta adjust here.
So
I gotta stand up a little bit. Oh man.
Okay.
I gotta stretch it out. Gotta stretch it out.
Knees. All right. How about you start with your number 10?
Ooh, my number 10. I've got actually a Disney movie. Miracle.
Miracle, really good.
I love the story. I love Kurt Russell as a coach, playing the coach, but I love how it's based off of Team USA when they beat the Soviets in hockey, who USA wasn't even a thought to even win it all in the Olympics. So good for them.
It's a good underdog story. For me, I have Fever Pitch, kind of a rom-com.
That's a good one.
I watched it a lot growing up. Like, it's kind of
I always love the foul ball.
How scene. I would be really like, yeah.
Oh, he got the ball.
She looks like she died. It's just really good. And then it's Jimmy Fallon. Can't go wrong with that. And Drew Barrymore. So it's a fun movie. Definitely not like a lot of people's favorites, but I enjoy it.
Gotcha.
So let's go to your number 9.
I've got The Goon. Back-to-back hockey movies. The Goon is hilarious. The Goon is hilarious.
The Goon is great. It's one of my favorite hockey movies. It's number 9 for me as well.
It's super funny. Yeah. It's super funny. The second one's not as good, but it's still okay.
I haven't seen the sequel yet.
I think it's on Netflix.
I'll give it a watch then.
Yeah.
Definitely give it a watch. It's really good. I enjoyed that movie. So what's your number 8?
I've got Moneyball.
Ooh.
Good old Billy Bean. Uh-oh. You're getting a little staticky.
It's the knack. Uh-oh.
No, you're good. You're good now. So who's your number 8? Number
8 for me is The Natural.
That's a good movie. I don't even have that in my top 10. That's a good movie.
Like, the music's really great, and just like coming back after like if you want to watch the movie, go watch it. But coming back after something tragic, and then just kind of getting your swing back is like one of the greats of all time. Like,
Yeah,
you got to put Roy Hobbs up there.
gotta put him up there.
Yeah. So number 7. What's your number 7?
I am a big Creed fan. I like the storyline of how it basically is. Oh my god, I can't even think. Oh, in addition to Rocky, so after the Rocky era, and then his son, of course, Creed is not Rocky's son, but I forget his name. Oh my gosh, Apollo Creed, his son, and now he trains with Rocky himself. So I think the storyline's great.
Yeah, Creed's really good. I haven't seen the second one at all, but I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
For me, number 7's Major League.
I didn't put that in there because it's like I can't watch it over and over and over. I couldn't do it.
It's not like a watch all the time movie, but like for me, like it's funny, and I still say some of the quotes like when we play or something. Like it's just an enjoyable movie, and it's good like baseball. Like a lot of my movies are baseball, which surprisingly a lot of movies, sports movies in general, are about baseball.
Very true. It's very true.
Yeah, Major League number 7. What about number 6 for you?
42, Jackie Robinson.
42.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman, such a talent lost, and a person in general. But he did a really good job in that movie. Same with underrated Harrison Ford, a great Branch Rickey. Like
it didn't even look like him.
Yeah, completely immersed himself in a different character than what we're used to seeing from him. And I think got overlooked for a lot of awards. Definitely a good movie, good acting movie by both of them.
I would honestly put that if like you had to give every sport its own like movie that like the like epitome of each sport, I would put 42 as the epitome of baseball.
Okay.
I would have that movie. I would have that movie represent for the whole entire sport.
Wow. I agree. Definitely makes me feel bad that it's only an honorable mention for me. But my number 6 is Bull Durham.
That's a funny movie. That's a good movie too.
It's a good, like, it shows like, even though this movie's in the 80s, like it really shows how minor league baseball still is.
Yeah. It's exactly like that.
And it's really good. So it leads us to number 5. Top 5.
I'm going with comedy here with Jackie Moon of the Flint Tropics, semi-pro. Good old semi-pro.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love Ely. Everybody love everybody.
Semi-Pro's really funny. It's definitely one of his like more underrated movies. Yeah. I think people don't give enough credit, but it's really funny. For me, number 5, turning the page here to go football. Rudy.
Rudy is good, but the thing that sucks, if I don't mean to burst your bubble here, if you look behind the actual person that was Rudiger, that story's about, it's not even close. If you know that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin for people, but
it was glamorized for Hollywood, like most.
It definitely was. It definitely showed how to stay in the game, stay with everything, and things will pay off in the end. So
really inspirational. Number 4, not very inspirational, but it's about an underdog story. For me, is Dodgeball.
I got Dodgeball at 4 too.
It's funny.
Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, all. Steve the pirate. We have a pirate.
Dar. It's really funny. Like, and it's also like a game everyone grew up playing at recess. Like, I remember
still played
school. Yeah, elementary school. Like, we played it from like 3rd to 6th grade. Like, that's all we played.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So like when that movie came out, it was like a movie about a game that I play all the time. It's
cool. They're winning money.
Yeah, I want to do that. So we both have Dodgeball at 4. Number 3 for me, Moneyball.
Yeah, I had that at 8. That's a good movie though. I have Bad News Bears, the original one.
Ooh.
The original one. I love Bad News Bears. It's so funny. It's so funny to watch those kids, like, because I'm like, it's so relatable. If you're especially you're on like a troublesome team like that, it's so relatable.
Every little league team has those guys.
Yeah, and then there's like the Yankee ones.
Yeah,
it's like spot on for little league.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, it really brings you back to you're playing out. Like, I remember, like, I think about that movie. I think about this kid who played on my team, and he used to catch flies with his glove. And then one day he was started catching them with his mouth, and it was like, "What are you doing?" That's why he was in right field.
What?
He was catching flies out in right, not fly balls, flies. I broke Chris.
Yeah. I just pictured like this 8-year-old kid out there. Ha ha. And then I'm thinking, like, what do the parents think about that? Like, they're like, "Get him, Jimmy, go get him."
I think it was just to get him out of the house, to be honest.
Oh my gosh.
Did we do your number 3? Let's do your number 3.
You said, "What are you doing?"
Oh, wait, you already did your number 3.
I did. I'm sorry.
The laugh break really got me going. It got
Man,
my
that
mind
was so
reset.
funny. What are you doing?
All right.
It flies with my mouth.
I got one.
I
There's
feel
a fly.
Why are there so many flies in the outfield?
It was Hemet Youth, man. You've seen those fields.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand bees, but not flies.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Let's go to number 2.
You as an 8-year-old kid, what are you doing?
Let's go to number 2. Number 2 for me is a dream every kid has. Rookie of the Year.
That's a great movie. I didn't put it in my top 10 though. Oh, I'm trying to recover. I have The Blind Side. I love The Blind Side.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Sandy Beach.
Yep.
Really good. I can't stop thinking about the flies now.
It's so funny.
It is. It's funny. Gotta love Hammett kids, man.
It's just like I'm like I can't get the image out of my head of just like this kid running around during a game catching flies in his and then you being, I guess, the leader of the team. What are you doing, Jimmy?
I was far from the leader of the team, Chris.
Oh my god, but it was so funny. And then I'm like thinking of the parents. I'm like thinking of the parents. I'm like, whose kid is that? Like the parents are probably like, "That's all right. He's doing things very well in right field right now."
Everyone was baseball ready except that kid. So.
Oh my god.
All right, so 2, we have Rookie of the Year for me, Blind Side for you, which leads us to our number 1 favorite sports movie. For me, it is Field of Dreams.
That's a good movie. I've got a movie that nobody ever talks about, and it's so funny. It's a Will Ferrell movie called Kicking and Screaming, and it is like the funniest thing ever. I don't know why. I bet you a lot of people will think it's not that funny, but like some of the stuff he does with Mike Ditka is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie. One of my favorite lines, I think, is when he gives the team finches, like little birds, and someone's finches. Like, "Do we have to keep these?" And he goes, "You get to keep them."
There's another one in there though, where it's like after he like has coffee, he becomes like kind of like just like a I guess you could say a jackwagon, like, you know, like a very arrogant person, and like Mike Ditka's there, right? He goes, and they get in an argument, and he goes, "Why don't you go get me a juice box?" He goes, "You know who you're talking to?" And then Will Ferrell goes, "Yeah, I'm talking to the juice box guy."
One of his really early sports movies.
It's so good though. It's really so good. Funny. And then like a lady and like they're having like a kumbaya in their backyard with all the kids. Like they're howling at the moon. And some neighbors like, "Shut up out there." He goes, "You shut up in there."
Man, that movie's really funny. I need to rewatch it because it's bringing back all these memories I have.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
"You shut up in there."
Pass the ball to the Italians. Yeah.
He recruits 2 Italian kids working in a
meat comes first
shop.
I'm talking to the juice box guy.
Oh, so man.
Stupid.
All right, let's go into top 10 favorite athletes of all time.
Oh man, I can't really laugh at these because they're top 10 athletes for how well they were on and off the field for me. So my number 10 is Brett Burns of the San Jose Sharks. I'm a big Burns fan. He's a great, just great player. I like him.
For me, number 10 is Luka Doncic.
He's great.
He's so much fun to watch. I love Luka.
He's funny too.
Yeah.
So,
the Mavs picked him up and swapped him with Atlanta.
Yeah. So you were a little choppy on that last one, but it's okay. They heard your number 10. So who's your number 9?
Number 9 for me, LeBron James.
See, I don't even have LeBron James in my top 10. And it's gonna probably make a lot of people upset. Number 9 for me is Reggie Miller. I know he's like they call him one of the bad boys of the courts, but
No, I don't like Reggie Miller
he's
at
so
all.
clutch. He's so clutch though. So clutch.
Yeah, he's a 3-point shooter.
I mean, he's lights out behind the paint. He's lights out.
Yeah.
So
all right, number 8. So we have on this list, we're definitely going to put teams we like on here and players we liked watching. For me is Andrew Luck.
That's a good one. I don't think a lot of people will expect that. I've got Michael Jordan at number 8 for me.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much to say about Michael Jordan that he's the GOAT of basketball. So
yeah, exactly. 7 for me, Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, the long-time Mav. It's about time he retired, though.
Yeah.
I've got Bobby Wagner for the Seahawks. I love what he does on the field and off the field, too. So,
all right, Bobby Wags. All right, let's go to number 6. For me, personally, never got to really see him play. But
we didn't hear your number 6. Who was it?
Fan of the Padres. Oh, number 6. Well, I didn't get to see him play, unfortunately. But I did meet him before he passed. I'm going to go with Tony Gwynn.
I was fortunate enough to watch Tony Gwynn play. I saw him when the Padres were playing at Qualcomm Stadium.
Lucky.
And when they were sharing the field with the Chargers at the time. And I was maybe between the ages of 3 and 6 throughout the time when he was there. And it was just dude was I mean, even if he wasn't as almost 40, he was still crushing the ball. He could not miss. It was he still had speed. He could still field. He just couldn't miss a hit. It was crazy.
It was he knew how to work the whole field. He was fun watching highlights. I love looking at his baseball reference. And you and like Nick, our friend Nick, he got to watch him growing up too. And that's something that I really wish I got to do. But I just had to settle for highlights.
That's all right. I mean, not everybody could see him too. So it's not like you were in San Diego to see him play too. So
yeah.
My number 6 is D. Strange Gordon. I'm a huge D. Strange Gordon fan. I like what he does off the field. He's always nominated for all the community service he does, everything like that. Right now he's doing I think it's into lower income communities right now, and they're passing out equipment, sports equipment. And there's a whole bunch of baseball players doing it with him too, but he's a big founder into that, and he participates in everything he does. He always gives back to his community. I just like the way he plays too. I know a lot of people say he didn't do a lot in Seattle. I think he did in the locker room. I think he was more that funny guy, lighten up a little bit. So
yeah.
Plus his speed is ridiculous. MLB The Show has his speed all wrong. I'm going to tell you that right now. 79 speed overall. That man can fly. I don't know how he's not above 85.
Where do you have him signing?
I think he goes back to Miami.
Okay.
I think he does. He liked it there too much. So
yeah. Was that your number 6?
That was my number 6.
All right. Number 5 for me is Derek Jeter, number 2.
I like the intro. The original intro there. Yeah. I'm going Jackie Robinson at 5. I love how he just broke the barrier for everything, not only in baseball, but just for culture and everything. So.
Yeah. I mean, without Jackie, there's no,
there's nothing. Yeah, there's no
Torrey Hunter.
Exactly.
No D Gordon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Number 4 for me, MJ.
You got him at 4. I got Jose Canseco at 4. I just love the way he cranks a bat. I don't care if he's juicing or not. It's kind of fun. Here's the thing, okay? So I have to explain why he's number 4 for me, okay? A lot of people are like, he cheated the whole time. You know what? I get he cheated, but if you look at just what he I mean, even if he was juicing, I guess you could say it. It's hard for me to explain what I'm trying to tell you. It's just like I like to watch his swing.
Yeah.
I'll literally go on YouTube and watch his swing. That's it. Because here's the thing. Even though you're juicing doesn't mean that gives you all the power to do everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So even with A-Rod, he admitted to doing HGH and stuff like that. So, but his swing is so immaculate to watch if you're a baseball fan. And that for me is like Jose Canseco. I just like how quick he was and how short he was. I get the power was probably induced by steroids, but just watching him swing the bat, I like the stance. I like everything about it. So
yeah, steroids don't make a baseball player good. It makes a good baseball player better.
Yeah.
So that I know what you're saying. All right. So what number are we on?
4 or 3. We're on 3.
3. Oh, we're in top 3. Great. Number 3 for me, I'm gonna go with Peyton Manning.
Love it. I'm going Ichiro.
I'm surprised Ichiro's number 3.
Nobody else will see a swing like that in baseball ever.
No.
Ever. And if he played like 5 more seasons in the MLB instead of starting in Japan for like 10, he would have beaten Pete Rose's numbers.
Yeah, he'd be the all-time hits leader.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous. Sure. So
yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh gosh, yeah. So I think would he be the first Japanese one?
Yeah.
Good for him. So
yeah, we have a few more years till he's on the ballot.
So I'm gonna let you know for my number 2. I have 2 players though, because
I have 2 for my number 1.
Okay,
so
because I couldn't leave them. I couldn't leave both of these players out, and I just made an exception. So I made a rule.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. No worries. So you got Ichiro at 3. 2 for me is I'm gonna go KB24, Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm. Well, so my 2, I don't know if you're ready for this, is Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I love what Russ does off the field too, on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
And I have Kobe Bryant at 2.
Great.
Yeah. So those are my 2. That is my exception. But my number 1, and a lot of people are going to ask, like, I think both of us, it's like, why isn't this player in it? Why isn't this player? I will say this. If I had an 11th player to put in, I would put in Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
So that is my 11th. So I'm putting him in there.
He's my honorable mention at like 11 too. Like watching his highlights, like his arm from right field to like homer third is just, you get a chance if you're listening, like go on YouTube, search Roberto Clemente highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's why they call him the great one.
And this is another reason why we do a podcast. We like to hear your guys' opinions because we're entitled to our own opinions, and we hope you respect our opinions and we respect your opinions as well. So that's why it's always up for debate. And when we say debate, it's not an argument. It's just talking among other people. That's all it is. So
yeah, exactly. All right. So number 1, this is where I split it because it's my 2 favorite Angels players.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout's 1.
Wait. I want to guess.
Guess it.
Is it Tim Salmon?
No.
Is it Garrett Anderson?
No.
Okay, wait. Torrey Hunter?
Nope.
Oh no. Is it part of the World Series team?
Yes.
Okay. It's not Tim Salmon?
No.
Tim Salmon, not Garrett Anderson.
No.
It's David Eckstein.
It's David Eckstein.
It's David Eckstein.
David Eckstein, if he played like maybe 10 or 12 years, always my favorite player. He was like the smallest guy on the team, but like he played with such like grit. Like he was
tenacious. He
always hustled down the first baseline. He has 2 World Series rings, including World Series MVP with the Cardinals. And he just shows that like even a guy that's like 5'6" with like no power, can play at a high level of Major League Baseball. And just watching him play was so much fun. I did get a chance to meet him when he played with the Padres. Also, super nice guy. So one of my favorite players of all time, favorite Angel of all time, David Eckstein.
I like it. My number 1, can't believe you didn't put this in your top 10. I'm a little disappointed right
There,
now.
I could rank all these guys at one.
I know, but I'm just actually really surprised this wasn't in your top 10 at all, because you went to go see him hit home runs to beat the record, Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, I did go to.
And how is he not in your top 10? That's the kid.
It was so hard because it's just I put a lot of guys that mean a lot to me, and he means a lot to me too. Like especially with his video games, just how he played baseball. You know, throwing his hat backwards and just having
the game fun.
Yeah, he started it, which we'll get more into him on our next pod. Actually,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
but if I could like make all these guys one, I would. But yeah, like.
We're getting we're having technical difficulties there, Brian, but we understand he's an honorable mention for you, so don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's the next 10? What's the next
10?
What's the next decade?
We got top 10 cities we've been to.
Oh man, I have some cities that I've been to that a lot of people haven't. So
all right, let's start with your number 10.
Pattaya, Thailand.
Okay.
Great time. A lot of like street food and all that stuff, and then it's like there's a lot of sights to see and stuff like that, and animals and the people and everything like that. So it's a good time.
Number 10 for me is Paris, France.
Oui.
Really? No, I already went. Thank you.
Sorry.
But really historic city, really fun to look at. That's all I really have to say.
What about when you got pickpocketed?
I didn't. I almost did, and I stopped him. So.
Only in Paris.
Only in Paris. Yeah, it's just I think that experience kind of lowered it for me as well, and just like I don't want to sound like a prude or anything like the damn Yankee, but like just the people just kind of ruined it for me a little bit. But I've been there. I could say I've been there. It was cool.
Gotcha.
So let's go to the fact that I have my number 9 ranked above Paris is a lot. My number 9 is Cleveland, Ohio.
It's a historic city.
Yeah.
I've got Orlando at 9, and not just for Disney World. I was there for baseball purposes too, and I got to see like the suburbs and all that stuff. So it was a good time.
Okay, Orlando. I've only seen the Disney World part. Number 8 for me is London, England.
I wish I've been there. I want to go so bad, but
it's
COVID's
cool.
Stopping me. But I have Phoenix. I like Phoenix a lot. There's a lot of good food there.
Phoenix does have good food, and they have a great downtown life. So number 7, I have Osaka, Japan.
Say that one more time. You were a little glitchy.
I have Osaka, Japan at number 7.
Osaka, Japan, mainland Japan. Well, number 7 for me, I got Norman, Oklahoma. I know a lot of people don't go there. Norman, Oklahoma, home of Gaylord Stadium for the Oklahoma Sooners, and it is a college town, and it is fantastic.
It is fantastic.
It is great.
Norman, Oklahoma.
It's so simple.
Our number 6 for me is staying in the States. Kihei, Maui, Hawaii.
I didn't even put Hawaii in mine because I would lose my mind if I had to live there.
Yeah,
I would
only visit. That's why you visit.
I mean, like I felt like 6 days was enough there too. I was just like, okay, there's the beach.
All right, let's go.
Oh, look, we went around the island like 3 times already in one day. That's cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
That's good. I got San Diego, my hometown, at number 6. There's a lot of things to do in San Diego. So
yeah, there are. Number 5 for me is one of your favorite cities, Seattle, Washington.
That's right. The Emerald City. That's what I'm talking about. It's in the top 5. Got great seafood, even though I don't eat it. I've got Manila in the Philippines at my number 5. It's really cool. Really cool.
Manila and Manila.
That's right.
All right. Number 4, I have Tokyo, Japan.
I need to go to Tokyo. I've never been, but mine is actually a Japan. It's Okinawa, Japan. I'm in the tropics there. It's so Japan in general. I just feel like they do. I mean, not everything perfect, but it's just immaculate.
It's a beautiful country, and the people there are very nice and welcoming.
Yeah.
So I would definitely go back to Japan, get some baseball out there too. Number 3 is your hometown, San Diego, California.
That's right. It's great weather all the time. I got Abu Dhabi, Dubai. If you ever get to go to, I guess you could say it's in the desert because it's in the Persian Gulf. It's in the UAE, but there is so much stuff to do there, and the people there are so nice. The food's so good, and like I got to drive a Ferrari going 250 miles an hour. I don't think I could do that anywhere else.
No, unless you're in some like random highway in Montana, but
I don't think even in Montana because there's too many curves.
maybe. That's cool. Like I remember you telling me stories about that.
It
Like,
was
it's
so
really
much fun. It was so much fun.
Number 2 for me is Chi-Town, Chicago.
I've been there. I don't think I saw enough of Chicago to really like get the feel of Chi-Town. So,
Yeah. Well, you weren't really there for leisure. You were there for
I was
training.
there for baseball, and then I was there for boot camp. I mean, I was Great Lakes though, so not that far. But I got Hong Kong at 2. I liked Hong Kong a lot.
Ooh, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Nice. I'd like to go there. Number 1 for me, probably a surprise for some people, but just the food, the atmosphere, just the overall feel of the city. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I want to go to Pittsburgh so bad.
It's
I've
fun.
heard so much great stuff there. But of course, I got the Emerald City at Seattle. There's always something to do in the city of Seattle. So that is our top 10 for cities. And let's move on to the last 10 for the next list.
The last one's going to make everyone listening hungry. It's a top 10 like snacks, either at home or at a stadium, like watching live sports.
Okay. Got it.
So what's your number 10, Chris?
Doritos.
And
people are going to be like, which one? Which flavor? Really? Cool Ranch. Come on.
Cool Ranch is pretty good. I'm not a big Dorito guy. This is kind of a plain answer for me, but man, I love them so much. I love Wheat Thins, so they're at my number 10. They're really good.
You know, if you eat too many of those, they don't really do its job.
I have the reduced fat ones.
Okay, if you're eating a whole box at a time, it's still not going to do its job.
I'm not eating a whole box at a time.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. You're just taking a handful at a time.
Yeah, I don't need a box. Jeez.
All right, number. I love Wheat Thins. They're way better than Slim Fast. Oh, my roommate's awake. Come here. No. Oh, you can hear on the mic. No. Hang on. I know I'm in the kitchen, so I'm obviously in her way. But hang on. I got a question for you. Since you've never been on the podcast, and I know you're not feeling well, so you may not give a good answer for this. What is one of your top 10 snacks? Can you say it out loud?
Bueno, Krispy Kreme chocolate bars. I just got a box of them.
So you want me to send you a box of those eventually?
No, I just got a big old box of them.
That's what that box was? Okay, so we got a delivery today, folks. This is live right now, by the way. There was a big old heavy box at the front porch, and it had her name on it. I was like, I don't know what this is. So I put it by her room, and now I figured out it's snacks. It's snacks.
Wow.
But
and what were they? What kind of snacks?
They're Bueno. They're called Bueno chocolate. They're like a chocolate kind of like snack. Hang on, I'm gonna put it up here, folks. So Bueno.
Oh, they're Kinders.
Yeah. So they have a crispy, creamy chocolate bar filling, and it's like with a wafer and stuff like that. So
great.
It's very, very
That's
good.
Cool.
So I'm almost done with our podcast, I promise. Do you need it? You want water? Okay. This is live, folks. So Brian, I'm gonna pass over the phone to or the mic to you for a little bit. So go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna be by myself for a little bit to talk to myself, but to you guys as well. This is a really fun podcast, and I hope you guys all listen to this. It's straying away from sports for a little bit because we're doing something special with episode 10. But yeah, like if you Facebook, follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram. I'm doing our sign off early, but we're still gonna continue to list, Chris. I'll stop. I'll repeat it later.
Okay, I'm so sorry. That was us at home. This is how life is at home. Check in maybe episode 20 what we do every day.
Yeah.
In the lives of Chris and Brian. So okay, so we're on number 9 now.
Number 9.
Gardito's rye bread. Oh my god. Ooh. Just the rye bread packages, not like the Carditos snack mix, but just the bread. It's
Okay.
so good. The garlic
It was
ones.
right. For me, trail mix.
It's got to be higher.
Yeah.
You got to put that higher.
I mean, what I
Are you saying like original, like trail mix, like the nuts and all that stuff? Uh-oh, you're frozen.
Yeah, the nuts and all that.
Okay, I can agree with that. 9 then. That's okay.
I like the M&Ms in there. Like I like trail mix.
Gotcha.
I don't snack a lot at home, so
that's good. Except on Wheat Thins.
Exactly. So number 8.
Oh, are we doing me first?
Yeah, you go first.
Beer. I mean, I don't know if that's a snack. It's very filling if you drink a little too much. So
yeah. That's a good answer. I have beer on my
except for IPAs. I know I'm gonna make people really mad about that because it's either you love IPAs or you don't love IPAs, and I don't love IPAs.
I don't love them either.
They taste disgusting to me.
Number 3 number 8 for me, candy. I like candy. I have a sweet tooth.
Specific candy.
Mainly, I'm talking about like. I mainly put it for like at a baseball game. Like usually when I go to a baseball game, I get peanut M&Ms. I don't know why. I always do that. Like, just they're good.
Gotcha. Okay. So number 7, is that right? Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 7.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound really basic, and it's gonna probably make people mad. Water.
Water. I love water.
I love water. I literally love water.
Water's really good. I love water.
And none of that like powder stuff, all that. No, just water. Tap, purified
water.
Not distilled because that can kill you, but
yeah, distilled for plants. Number 7 for me. I love barbecue stuff. Like I love when you barbecue. It's so good.
Is that snacks though?
I mean, you eat it. I don't know. You can like barbecue like little snack things,
like burnt ends, like kind of
like burnt ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a snack.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
Number 5 for me, or no, number 6. Sorry, 6. Beef jerky. I love beef jerky so much.
Beef jerky.
Yes, it's so good. But I hate it when it gets stuck in my teeth. It's like you have to have floss nearby.
Number 6 for me, jalapeno poppers.
Really? You don't like spicy food?
I do like those though, for some reason. Like
those are not always like low spicy. Those ones are like really hot. But you know, you have the cheese to kind of.
I don't know why. Like they're good. Like watching a game.
You were glitchy a little bit. Sorry. Go ahead.
5.
Number 5.
Oh, number 5. Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. Good old at a game. I'm gonna get some Cracker Jacks. I love caramel Cracker Jacks. Oh my gosh, so good.
Cracker Jacks. Get your Cracker Jacks.
Water.
I'm going with this is more of a meal too, but
yeah.
Tacos.
That's not a snack.
Okay, snacks meal. Like you can get tacos at a ball game.
You said snacks.
All right. Well, I'm snacking on tacos.
You had if a snack is if it's that, you're gonna say you had one street taco. That's it.
Okay.
You can't have more than one, because then it's a meal.
Okay.
Brian, what
$12
I want to know
your
we're gonna have it's not an argument. We're gonna have a debate right now between two grown men of what is the definition of a snack. Okay.
Okay,
you're
here's
telling
my
me
thing though. I just said like I'm not a big snack. I don't eat a lot of snacks. So
then why would you want to make a list of this?
I don't know. It was more like snacks, or I put like
you could
snacks
put food.
Or food at like a game, and like I threw tacos on there.
Sorry, but if you don't say one taco, it's not a snack.
Fine, one taco.
One taco. Okay. I can agree with that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you, Brian. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. I apologize.
Fine.
But number 4 for me, here's a snack that you're gonna be like, this is not a snack too. Strawberries. Strawberries is a snack. That's a snack.
Yeah.
I love
like
strawberries.
Banana.
Yes.
Okay. Well then I won't say my number 4. I'll switch it.
What is it? Wait, what is it? What is it?
Nachos.
That's a snack.
Oh, Okay.
Because you can get like a little just cheese sauce and nachos. That's it.
All right,
It doesn't
it's a
have to be
snack.
big.
Okay.
Okay. Because
right,
nachos is
all
not nachos is my number 3.
Okay.
Like game nachos, like when you go to a stadium nachos.
Okay.
Number 2 for you.
All right. So my number 3 is
Number three,
is
sorry.
beer.
That's fine because I had beer in there because it's filling. Now, what's your number 2?
Number 2, peanuts.
I got brats. Ooh, got
Brats.
some good old brats at a ball game. So, and number 1, what do you got?
Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs.
Going with the hot dogs. Going with the hot links.
Yeah,
I
at a game, hot dogs are great.
have Chex Mix Bold, the bold flavor.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it's so good. I think I have some in the cabinet. I might eat this after that. So they're so good.
Well, that's
so
our
good.
snack / my meal list. I'm sorry.
That's what I buy at the groceries.
It is. All right.
All right. So with that, folks, we are wrapping up on our top. Well, this is our decade episode minus 119 months. Hopefully we do it for another decade. Maybe we're still doing our podcast in a decade from now. Maybe we're like huge. Maybe we have our own radio show or TV show. So, but with that, folks, I'm pretty sure Brian was already talking about. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure everybody was talking about it or hearing Brian talk about it. Like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, follow us on both of those platforms, subscribe on YouTube, like our videos, listen to them, spread the word, share it, do everything you can to get the word out. Same thing. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Like, listen, subscribe, share. We can't get the word out unless you guys do it with us too. It only goes so far with us. So let everybody know about our podcast. We have a good time. And like we said, if you have questions, slide into the DMs, email us, do whatever you can. Because like, as we did with our friend Nick, he had a question, we answered it. And just, that could be you.
That could be you.
That could be
a little
you.
shout out. Just to reiterate what Chris said, like, subscribe, listen, wherever you get your podcast. Other than that, that's all I have. We got a few episodes coming up previewing Super Bowl next Sunday. We have this week to recap in regards to a lot of MLB news and some NFL news and a little bit of NBA. Other than that, everyone, wherever you're at in the week, whatever day you're listening, have a good one. Thanks for listening. Chris, throw it over to you.
Like you said, be great, be good to one another, be a good person. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Be a good person. Do the right thing. And if you do that, you'll be successful and have a happy life. And with that, we appreciate you guys listening to us, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.